champions, so all he needs at this point is one win, and he is the champion.
Yeah, there needs to be another match, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he recognizes it.
I don't think he does. We'll have to see.
There we go. So PepsiNGaming, can you draw this or win to become the next world champion? And we see E3 once again. Will we see B6 again?
Bruh.
Oh, and we see C5 from GrohochetGrom. Again.
Going with the mage.
Yep, and then we'll see the same main line again. We see Queen
correct
to
me if I'm
G4.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure Pepsi won with this. So
main line G6.
maybe
Yep.
just...
And they've played every game so far.
let's...
H5 has been played. And then last game we saw F4, and Pepsi, I'm pretty sure, did win with that.
Yep. Because it was the last white game, I think, or two, and both of them Pepsi won. So
I see knight captures this time, though, which is a little different from last time. Last time we saw king captures.
Behind knight captures, G5 is now a threat, because after here, there's bishop G7. Are we going to see another bishop G7, takes G6,
Yeah.
takes B2, takes A8, or H8, takes A1 maybe? Who knows? Maybe, what if we see something wacky, like knight B, C6?
Knight B, C6. Oh, we do see bishop G7, though. Most likely cap. Yeah, there we
Take
go.
A8.
Will we see take on
I mean,
A1?
you have to take H8.
Nope. He takes on C1 this time. It'll be interesting to see how PepsiNGaming changes if he does change up his strategy to go straight for the draw, and he goes for a very, very nice knight to C4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but only move, or I guess knight A6 was good, but there wasn't very many moves in the position.
Knight A6, he's saying whether it loses, or knight C4?
No, I was saying I was just saying that there are extremely few moves in the position for black. So pressuring the knight here. Always a side threat. Now this knight is now this black knight is stuck on A6 as well, because if the knight ever moves, then knight B6, and then after A takes B6, the rook opens up on the A file.
So I guess the only move here is what, knight back to G8.
Yes, it does appear so, because obviously knight back to C8, and you run into knight to D6.
And if king moves somewhere, then you've got the sequence F4, E5, knight E3, king D2, and then rook G1 takes C2, G4 takes, sack, and then black won't reach in time.
Yeah. So certainly, or at least most likely, only move for black is knight G8, and we see it. There it is. One threat, though, is Pepsi might even just continue pushing this F pawn with F5, and there we see it. I'm just checking.
So I guess the king doesn't have to sacrifice itself, because if the pawn does push, you've only got knight E5 and E4.
Yep.
If you want to sacrifice more, you'd have to move your king up, but then black can exploit that with rook B8.
So maybe
because then the rooks are doubled.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a possible threat in the position might be C3. Oh, but not anymore. We see there we go. We see knight to. One massive threat I see here is just keeping black in zugzwang, though. Is just playing something simple like king to D1, because obviously or something of that nature. Another possible move in the position, actually, maybe even rook to g1.
Rook to g1. Yeah, rook to g1. After rook to g1, you've got knight g6, and then if the rook does sacrifice, you've got he goes this way instead.
So he goes rook b1.
So with rook b1, the knight and the rook both defend a8. Nothing reaches b6. Okay, gives the knight very very quickly too. But the point is, knight and pawn both defend at c4, and none of the other squares could be reached.
So Pepsi just looking for a draw here. It's looking fairly
obviously
fairly strong for him at this point.
Black has to decline the draw here, because if he accepts it, he loses. So Grohochet is playing for a win.
Must win situation.
Pepsi, okay. I was debating on whether or not to comment on e4, because after knight d5, then what? Like, you either keep the knight there or you just, rook d1 is nice. Because these two squares that the knight can attack are both covered by the pawns.
Right.
So
that's a really nice move. I can't believe he found that so quickly too. I was thinking knight d7, but obviously that doesn't work because pawn captures, and then otherwise anything to d5 is also pawn captures, which is why that was just incredibly strong.
So I think Pepsi here just wants to make it so that it's only a knight, so I'm gonna guess rook promotion. Yep.
There we see it.
Yep. Knight doesn't have very many safe squares. So maybe knight c5 if he's in trouble, but no, that doesn't work. So king promotion here would probably be forcing. Rook sack maybe here. I don't know.
Rook sack would be tough just because the pawns are so close to the white side of the board, or the black promotion side.
Yeah. So h3. If black gets his king up in time, then, or actually after this take, black doesn't even need to do anything. He promotes to rook, slides over to g1, and sacks on h4.
And in this case, knight b8 and king b1 both don't work just because you still have the h pawn that you'd have to move to h3, and by that time white has played rather rook to b2 or king to d2.
Yep. So Pepsi pretty much has to play, can't move his king to b1 or b2. Pawn to h3, maybe? But then you've got rook here takes, and the king's not in time. So the king would have needed to be on e3, but now there's this move here. So as long as Pepsi can secure a draw, he's fine. I would probably play, I don't know what I'd play here. You know, if this was fast time control, I probably would have played like rook e4. I would have tried to go for the idea like, oh yeah, you can't sack here, and then just completely forget about the h pawn or something like that. But maybe king e3, because yes, you do allow this, but then it just puts pressure on the knight. So
in king promotion.
Okay, so now you need to sack. Oh wait, no, still not in time because. Okay, well.
Now a sacrifice is likely to happen at least.
I still might play king e3 first, but it just looks like a draw.
Yeah.
Okay, well, king b3, wasting no time. Okay, king a3. This just allows the king to be cramped in the corner, and it allows the kings to get closer if you do decide to sack. So like if you go king a3, then to b3, you've just wasted a move, and white is closer to your pawn.
I was interested to see rather that move by white. King e4 is also an option, just slowly closing in on the black king.
That's exactly the point. Oh, did my stream go down again? Yeah, it did.
And at this point, and he gives it up. Probably,
there we go. Here we go. It's back.
Probably king d3, maybe. Yep, and there we see king d3. I think this is probably over.
Well, you just gotta prevent king promotion here. So king d3 does that, because if king promotion, you've got king
And
c2, then
that is it. That is
yep.
your world champion of the 2020. So 2020 Antichess world champion is PepsiNGaming. Congratulations to PepsiNGaming. What an amazing series.
Clap for Pepsi. And yep, stream crashed. Nice.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I'm gonna shut my stream down right now. I'm probably gonna do an analysis video on this entire match eventually, but what an incredible match. Two incredibly strong players with PepsiNGaming and GrohochetGrom. An amazing series to watch. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.